It's not necessary, but I have very low self-esteem, so it does wonders for me. Thank you so much for coming out to Men Explain Things to us, and we like it. I'm sure you know, but just on the off chance you don't, every week, me and my beautiful, charming co-host, Davis Fleck, invite a man to come on the show and explain something to the two of us that we just plumb don't know anything about. I want to thank all you lovely people for coming out. I know it can be hard to get out of the house, and for you to drag yourselves all the way down here just to look at the two of us all evening is it's very generous. So I want to get started with the show right away. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to check in with you because I know that things are hard right now, and I really care about you. I care about all of you a lot, and so I just wanted to say, you know, if you ever need anything, even if you just need someone to talk to, please do not come to me, because I am not a nurturing person, and I really can barely take care of myself as it is. Let's hear it for my beautiful co-host, Davis Fleck, huh? Now, Davis, these are very interesting. How long does it take to get something like that done?
Well, these took me about an hour, but I brought a book to pass the time.
How did you turn the pages?
Gee shucks, you got me there. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we just have the most super duper guy as our special guest, and I can't wait for you all to meet him. So without any further delay, please join me in welcoming Matthew Paris-Irvine.
Matthew, it is fantastic to see you. You look great. Do you want a cigarette?
I'm okay, I don't smoke. Thank you, though. Thank you for having me.
I know, it's a really disgusting habit. I'm up to a pack a day of these things. It's pathetic, really.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you probably already know, Matthew here is an award-winning actor, director, and playwright. But tonight, he's not here to tell us about the theater. Matthew, what are you here to explain to us tonight?
Tonight I'm here to explain a little bit about basketball. That's
great, because that is something that I do not know anything about.
You know, Matthew, when I think about basketball, I just think about boys with balls running around, and I feel like there must be something. I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, if I'm being honest. For me, basketball, it's really about storytelling, and I think that's what I love so much about it. Images that stick out is there's Michael Jordan, after he wins his third ring, he steps away from basketball for a long time, and his father dies while he stepped away, and he comes back and he wins, and it's this huge triumphant moment, and he's just sitting on the ground like a small child crying, and it's just this beautiful, beautiful, extravagant moment of this man who is literally on top of the world, lying down and just clutching his trophy. It's Allen Iverson stepping over Ty Lue and letting him know that that motherfucker shouldn't be around him. It is Bill Russell, a legitimate leader of the civil rights movement, boycotting games in the 1950s, 1960s. It is... there are so many beautiful moments.
Have you ever had the feeling of like being part of one of those very special kind of moments?
When I was 12 or so, I was playing on a community basketball team, and I remember I was guarding my best friend at the time. He was also very much the best player on their team, and the game was tied 45-44. It was the gold medal game. Everything was riding on this next possession, and he catches the ball at half court, and it's very clear that if he gets another dribble off, he's going to score. And I foul the shit out of him. I whack his arm as hard as I possibly can. And the ref must have just been off doing something else with his day, so he doesn't call it. and the ball falls out of my friend's hand. I jump on it and grab it and take a timeout, and we end up winning the game. And he wouldn't talk to me for like a month after because I refused to admit I fouled him, but we won. So, what can you do? Marcus, if you ever end up watching this, I sincerely apologize and I hope you're doing well.
How basketball is sort of tied up in your personal history?
When I first realized that I was going to get to come on this show and talk about basketball, the first thing I did is I got so excited and I called my father. I realized in that moment that basketball for me is also about that relationship I had with him. He left when I was very young, and he went to Vancouver and he got his master's out there and his PhD, and he came back, and when I was old enough, when I was 7, he taught me how to play. He would pick me up on Fridays and take me to the YMCA and show me how to put my hands just right and how to make sure that my elbow was in so that I didn't have a chicken jump shot. And yeah, for me, socially, basketball was a way to connect. It was a way to connect to a man that I wanted to make proud. I hope I have.
Matthew, I would love to know, do you find that as a theater artist, basketball informs your work?
Basketball allows for these moments of there is so much going on in one possession, there is so much happening that you can't possibly hope to know everything that's going on, so you're allowed to just let yourself be free, let the game come to you, flow through the game. And it's something that I really find helps me in theater is I don't have to force it. I don't have to be the best actor in this moment and take over the play and make everybody cheer and throw roses. I have to trust the people around me, know that they will be there for me and I'll be there for them. I have to let the play come to me, let the basketball come to me, let the theater come to me.
You know, Matthew, we get people who play all different kinds of sports on the show, but some of the sports they describe seem very, very expensive, and it seems like basketball might be a little bit different from lots of other sports, and it might be more accessible. Would you say that's true?
Something I feel I never talk about enough is I grew up in the north end of Winnipeg. It is I grew up in a housing project. It's a rather impoverished part of town, and it's also a place that I wish that we talked about so much more, because there were so many beautiful, beautiful people that I met. When I was 9-ish, a young man was shot very close to my home. And my mother decided that so that me and my younger brother could stay away from the violence of the neighborhood, that we should choose a sport. I couldn't play hockey. I didn't know how to skate, and the pads were $700. Like, it was something ridiculous where it was, I can't. But basketball and soccer are so lovely in that you need a pair of shoes, shorts, and a t-shirt. The shoes don't even have to be that good. Just please don't play in dress shoes. I saw someone do it once and I felt very bad for them. I don't care if we win, I don't care if we lose, I just want to run around. So I'm happy if you come run with me. That makes my day. You know?
Matthew, I just feel like I could listen to you talk about this forever, but unfortunately, we just need to take a quick break, watch a couple of commercials, and when we come back, my skills are going to be put to the test.
Okay. Well, folks, it's come time for the part of the show where our very special guest is going to teach Gislina a very special skill. So, Matthew, what would you like to teach to Gislina today?
Today, I am going to teach Gislina how to spin a basketball on their finger.
That little demonstration really just blew my mind. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Could you sort of break it down for us, just motion by motion, so Gislina here has a fighting chance?
Right. So what I really wanted to be able to teach y'all today was how to shoot a basketball, but I was unable to find a hoop for us, so I apologize. But the mechanics are still important for this little trick. So when you're thinking about shooting a basketball, what I would generally teach someone who is new is to look for the logo of the ball. I believe there's a logo on that one. And put your dominant hand on the logo so that the ball is resting on your fingertips with about an inch to a half an inch of space in between your palm and the ball. Feel good about that?
Yes.
And the next thing that I need you to do is I need you to practice spinning the ball on your palm. You're doing great, you're doing great. Okay, once we feel comfortable spinning the ball on our palm, what we need to do is get the ball up on our finger. Now there's no easy way to do this. The best way is just to get it up there. But I found that something that can be helpful is if you think about tossing it up a little bit. So you're doing the spin while tossing and letting it land there.
Okay, I think, no problem.
All right, Gislina.
I've got this.
Well, okay, so Gislina, you just go ahead. So, Matthew, while my co-host attempts this impossible feat, I wanted to ask you one last question. We've talked about winning, but I'm wondering if there's anything that you like about losing.
I'm a very competitive person, and I know that losing leaves a very sore taste in my mouth. But I think more than anything, I love knowing that I have a chance to be better. I love knowing that I have a chance to improve. I love knowing that I have a chance to do more for my teammates, that I have just to know that I can play again. I can do it again, and if I lose again, it's fine, because that just means I can do it again and again. And winning feels so finite. It feels so... I hope you're okay. Losing lets you become the best version of yourself. And I think that that's what I love about basketball. There's always room to improve.
Wow, thank you so much, Matthew. Well, Gislina, the show's almost over. So, you know what time it is. It's time to count Gislina out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for this week. Thank you to our very special guest, Matthew Paris-Irvine. Thank you to our sponsors. Join us next week for another exciting episode of Men Explain Things to Us, and We Like It. Have a great night.